Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Alonso, and I remain determined to go case by case on Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Brian.
I'm Ryan, and we like Hallmark Christmas movies. It crushed!
I'm Patrick Serrano, and I'm a Lifetime movie expert.
I'm Jackson. I'm really dying to be in a Hallmark Christmas movie. Please call me. I know you fired me a few years ago, but please, I'd work for you again.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark Christmas movies, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark Podcast!
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Live from Bramble Fest! How are we, everybody? We're doing well.
Dude, big energy. We
Big energy.
We haven't done anything the last.
We
4
haven't done
years.
anything? Just this.
Yeah,
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What is everybody's been their favorite part of the weekend so far in 6 words or less, starting with Ryan, and then working out. So it'll be Ryan, and then Brian, and then it'll ping pong.
That's not working out, Bran.
Brand's trying to come up with some foil method up here. Like, let's just do the thing.
When Bran and I kissed.
No, you got one more word.
I got 6 good words.
6.
Exclamation.
I don't know if you know this is a part of speech, not a word. You're gonna have to.
Exclamation.
Got it. He's saying the word exclamation. Oh, he said or less. Wow, look at you. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that was
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Dan.
Marcus Rosner bench pressed Ryan Pappolla.
That's right.
Love you, Marcus.
Silent disco, anybody?
Y'all all sang Chumbawamba.
Also like 14 words.
Bundle, baby.
Nice. Nice. Patrick Serrano flirting with Marcus Rosner.
Being in this room now.
Oh, yeah.
Just pandering to the crowd.
Exclamation.
I'm a suck up.
Exclamation. Question mark.
That's right.
Semicolon.
Question of
Now, Dan, it's not very often that we get all of the Deck the Hallmark hosts in one place
time.
all together, which is
Yeah.
very exciting. And I guess we'll find out why that is in just a little bit. We'll see how well this goes.
Yeah. It always goes great.
It's always going to go
What
great.
are you worried about?
I'm not worried about
Are you
anything.
worried?
You worried?
No.
You
worried?
seem worried.
I'm not worried.
How was your
something you got
weekend?
to tell us?
Was it good? Was your weekend good?
My weekend was great.
Good. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
to hear it,
Thank
buddy.
you. Are we ready to talk about Operation Nutcracker?
I thought it was nut crack.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Operation Nutcrack. Operation Nutcrack originally aired on Hallmark Movies Now on July 1st, 2024, and it went a little something like this. It's playing through that for some reason, and it's like driving me nuts that it's not. Hey, Dan, vamp real quick.
Hey, so here's the thing that you need to know. I don't have anything.
How's your weekend?
I took Scotty Newman to Hot Publix today. Scotty Newman, I took him to Hot Publix today. It was his first time there, and it reminded me of when I was at Hot Publix a few weeks ago. My wife and I like to go to the grocery store on Fridays together. It's like a date day, and we like to go to the grocery store together. I don't know why. It's just fun. We have to hold hands on the cart. It's a whole thing. We can So she's like, "Can you grab me some turkey at the deli counter?" And I'm like, "Hey, can I get a half pound?"
He's
of
like,
ungrilled
"Yes,
turkey?"
smooches.
And
The movie
Sure,
kicks off with just a ton of nutcrackers. So many nutcrackers. We're introduced to Lottie Morgan, who is busy
La-di-da-di-da.
with a Lottie work.
Hey, Dan, what were you saying about
this
Hot
house.
Publix with your wife? Can we get back to
man,
that?
there was a
What
good,
makes
there was a
Hot
great
Publix
end to
Hot
that
Publix?
story. It was a great story.
I was
Is it that
riveted.
it's not air conditioned, or the people there are hot?
The people there were hot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Hot Publix.
It's Hot Publix.
Yes.
She's so busy. She's decorating this hotel lobby into a winter wonderland. She's so good at her job, so good, in fact, that the Warby family wants her. Warby Parker. Great. The Warby family's a big deal. Well, they want her to pitch to them. They don't really want her. They want her to pitch to them. Cut to Tristan Warby. He's got a beard and a suitcase full of Nutcracker, a very popular, famous, expensive Nutcracker, and a dream. He's walking through the airport and accidentally bumps into Lottie Morgan, and wouldn't you know it, they both have the same suitcase. I'm sure it'll be fine later.
Only do you like it in the entire airport?
She starts talking about what she's gonna be doing, and he gives her some helpful pointers about the pitch. She doesn't know who he is. It's a funny bit. They land, their bags get switched, but then he fixes it before she leaves. Crisis averted, I guess, because he has the famous Nutcracker in his bag. I'm sure of it. She goes to the pitch and is shocked to see Tristan there. Oh my gosh, you're this guy. She gets the gig. She is pumped. She asks Tristan, can I see the Nutcracker for inspiration? And he is like, totally, no problem. He opens up his luggage. It's not there. What? I know. Apparently his luggage got swapped with someone else's luggage that had the same exact bag. It's a 3-bag switch 'em up.
I saw 3-bag switch 'em up live. Pappolla, you were with me.
Their B-sides are out of this world. Dude, we had a great time.
Dude, the trombone solo?
We held hands during it.
We did.
It goes
was
like
beautiful.
1, 2, 3, 4. 3 bags.
I take that back. That sounds nothing like a trombone.
So now they have to find out who this bag belongs to, because there's a baby doll in it, and that's probably a Christmas present. So they go through the rest of this person's stuff, and they find out that it's Dave, classic Dave. He's a dad, and they are now on the case to try to find this guy, and they call it Operation Nutcracker. Cut to Dave, who is now frantically trying to get his bag back from the airport. It's not looking good. When it becomes clear that they might not find it in time, Lottie takes a different Nutcracker, makes some changes, and bada bing, bada boom, you got the Nutcracker. While walking around town, they bump into his ex-girlfriend, and she's like, seems like your type. Okay, judging much. She is spending a lot of time chasing down the Nutcracker and not enough time actually trying to figure out what is going to happen or what this party is going to look like, so she's freaking out. So they hug for 7 seconds, and we're all going to do it here. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
That was nice. That felt good.
I actually feel worse.
They're getting closer to the event, and it becomes clear that they do not have the Nutcracker. They might not get it back, and so they have to come clean to Mom, so they have time to fix it. But he's like, I don't know about that. She's convinced that after all this happens, then Mom does find out, and she's like, oh man, I'm so mad. And she is convinced that she's not gonna get the promotion, and he's like, don't lose hope. And what gives somebody hope? The Nutcracker. They go to see the Nutcracker. She holds his hand. It's a moment. They get a call from the airport that they found the bag. Spoiler alert, they didn't find the bag. And to make matters worse, Mom finds out about the Nutcracker before they had time to tell her. She's mad, and she tells Lottie, this is grounds for dismissal. And Lottie is like, I understand. Thanks for the opportunity. She goes to leave, and Tristan tries to stop her, and she's like, I wanted to tell the truth a long time ago, but you wouldn't let me. Ah! He's like, I know. He's like, I have feelings for you. And she's like, I can't deal with this right now. I'm out of here. The next day, she's looking at the Nutcracker program and recognizes Dave's daughter is in the program, but she wasn't there last night because she was in the hospital. So she goes to the hospital and go find Dave. First,
Find Dave!
thank you. Dave is at the.
Hands me the turkey. I'm asking if the
Did you go straight smoked turkey, or is this like?
It's an oven gold situation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a great story. I'm serious.
Yeah, it is.
So she goes to meet Dave at the hospital. Dave has given the Nutcracker to his daughter, so she's a little bit sad that she has to give it back. So
Be careful with the nitrates.
Yeah.
The deli meat. That's all.
That's right. They
So-
have like a jerk turkey. It's pretty solid, really.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
Guys, I'm
We should
almost
have a
done.
class.
Guys, I want a karaoke. Let me get through this. So they, it's like, hey, if you, sorry about the Nutcracker situation, but how about you come and dance at our event? And she's like, all right, cool. So the movie's basically over, but then this like sexy Santa goes over and puts a present under the tree. It's for Dave's daughter. It's the Nutcracker that sold for a ton of money. Dave's baffled. I'm baffled. I don't know. And then I guess Lottie's gonna move back to Boston, and she and Tristan kiss, and that, my friends, was
Operation Nutcracker.
We did it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Woo! Let's take a quick break, and we'll come right back. We'll talk about Operation Nutcracker here on
Take the Hallmark.
We're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Deck the Hallmark live from Bramble Fest. We're talking about Operation Nutcracker, the Hallmark movies now exclusive.
That's the good stuff.
Let's break it down. We're going to start with the hot take. It is where we share exactly how we felt about this movie. We will not hold back. And I will start with you, Alonso. Alonso, what do you think about Operation Nutcracker?
Well, I watched this movie in two halves, and both halves I watched at the end of a day taking care of my husband who had just had surgery. So by the time I sat on the sofa, I was exhausted, and I was like, oh, this is how moms watch Hallmark.
Nice.
They put the annoyance to bed, and they're just like, I gotta have something in front of my eyes that's gonna, and I had that moment, and I felt an amazing sense of empathy. The movie's crap, but I mean, that moment, though, really gave me a new appreciation for moms, for caregivers everywhere, and for what Hallmark can bring to people's lives, especially when they are exhausted.
That's the nicest bad hot take I've ever
Yeah,
heard.
I
That
really-
was so sweet.
Will that double as your all the feels, or?
Oh, I got more.
Okay. Brian, what'd you think, bud?
I watched it. I woke up, put this thing right on in the morning. It's fresh as a daisy. Couldn't
That's
have
the
been more wide
opposite
awake.
way than most
Yeah.
people, I think.
I watched this in two halves as well. I watched this in two parts. I actually liked it. I thought the writing was really good. Written, Erica Deutschman, I believe it is. She's written a bunch of stuff Marcus has acted in. I thought it was just really well done. The key takeaway for me, I had like a realization at one point where it was like,
Were you on drugs?
I would have been. Absolutely not. I would have been freaking out if I were in this scenario looking for this guy Dave. Freaking out. I would have stood outside the Boston marketplace. I wouldn't have left for days until I saw
The Boston Market?
It's the marketplace.
Marketplace.
They got turkey at the Boston market.
They were so like, oh yeah, we'll figure it out. No big deal. We'll find it. I would have been losing my mind. So I had this realization, like, you can either freak the frick out about stuff, and it'll resolve itself.
What I want to do now is freak the freak out.
Nice.
Or you can just like chill and let stuff happen, and it'll figure itself out too.
Are you being kind to this movie because of Boston?
Yes.
No. Oh, absolutely
Yes.
not. I did enjoy the Boston accent, the dad's accent. That
okay.
was a good time. I had a good time.
Elizabeth Goldman.
Enjoy. I said I
Is about to
enjoyed,
go
not-
Boston on.
I
I'm just
love
letting you
that.
know right
I
now.
love a bad and a good Boston accent. Okay, so I had a good time with this movie. It ended. I thought it was pretty good.
Ryan?
Has problems.
That's right.
So much like Marcus Rosner trying to bench press me, this movie was a journey for everybody. It's a journey for everybody. Never doubt Rosner. Hashtag that. There's a line early on in this movie, Nutcracker important. I'm here to tell you, this movie, not great. I'm probably higher on scavenger hunt movies than pretty much anybody else up here. And there was
Wait a
like an...
minute.
Oh, wait,
No,
wait,
wait a minute.
seriously?
No.
I love scavenger hunt movies.
too.
You love scavenger?
Yeah.
We're probably best friends.
There's a lot of energy here, but scavenger hunt or finding the missing trinket Christmas item are different.
I feel like this had a little bit of column A.
Scavenger hunt is like clues that have been planned out ahead of time. Brand's big on those. Like we love a
skeleton
Christmas
A variety of
this,
objects that have
this
to be
is
a-
not.
But no, but this felt better than like looking for a locket.
This had
You know
a
what I mean?
map
No.
drawn in crayon with many. So there was an element of jingle all the way to this, which I liked.
Did it though?
Ultimately, their zany stuff was good, but I didn't think a ton of chemistry was there between the leads. Brian Cover Years, I didn't think the script was that great. And ultimately, my biggest thing, ultimately, no child would ever be that excited about getting a Nutcracker as a present. This movie stunk! No.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, that escalated quickly.
Whoa.
Patrick,
Okay.
lifetime movie expert.
I am a Lifetime movie expert,
You're
so
like-
what am I doing here? Don't worry, guys. I also watched this in 2 parts. Yes. And, I think it's great that Hallmark has a streaming service now, the Hallmark Plus. Creative name. I love it. Okay, great. It's new to me.
Hickbones really went in hard for that.
Right, yeah. So the thing for me is I work in the theater, okay? And the Nutcracker is triggering for me because that is a very traumatic time in theater. You get all the little tutus running around backstage. You have to listen to the music all the time. All the families come and they want to take pictures in the lobby after. You have to stay till midnight. It's terrible. Don't ever go see the Nutcracker at Christmas time. Don't ever go.
Let your local ballet die on the vine.
Please, yes.
Serrano.
It's terrible. But this movie had very little Nutcracker in it as far as the ballet. The ballet was featured, but we did not have to watch like a whole thing. There was like one scene where we saw the actual dancers dancing. So I was very thankful for that. So that's my... yeah, it was fine. This is the typical Hallmark movie that I would have expected, for
Great.
sure.
Jax.
So Daryl Hines, who played Dave, also appeared in Jacklyn Collier's Fit for Christmas.
Starring.
So,
Nice.
I just...
Starring Jacklyn Collier, produced by, I believe,
Jacklyn Collier presents Jacklyn Collier.
Jacklyn Collier's Fit for Christmas. So I thank you so much. And I love to see my friends working and doing things. The thing about this movie, I'm sort of in Patrick's camp in the sense that it's fine. The leads are painfully good looking. I actually think they have decent chemistry. And the thing is, for me, this movie, it didn't reinvent the wheel, but when acting in a movie is bad, I get really, really angry. And this didn't make me angry. I thought it was actually like an easy watch for me. It wasn't offensive.
All right.
That translates to you didn't like.
Jax, it wasn't offensive. It's like, burn it down.
No.
Burn it down.
Please contact her representation.
That's right. Brando?
It's been a hot summer.
Yeah.
It's been a hot summer.
Tell me about it.
I walk outside, I walk right back in. I don't want to be outside. I don't want to be in the sun. I want it to be Christmas. And this movie rules. Whoa, hold on. This gave me some Christmas. It made me feel cooler, and I am also happy that I can continue my streak of not watching the Nutcracker. Dano?
Oh.
I'm sure I've seen a worse movie, but I cannot remember one off the top of my head.
It's been a long weekend.
I gotta be honest, two of my least favorite tropes in these movies are we've got to find the missing artifact and let's plan a party. And this one was like, what if we mix them up into a big bad movie stew? And we just do that. This was a tough watch. Chris Russell, Ashley Newborough, both have been on our program. They're both lovely. They're both capable. This is not anything I think that would be near the top of their sizzle reels. Like they would be like, this is what I want to show you. It just seems very perfunctory, very it seems like Hallmark made a...
Perfunctory, that was the word.
Yes.
I was looking for it.
I know it was.
And if
thanks
you
for letting
asked
me
me...
have that. You gave that to me
I know.
beforehand. You
Yes.
said, hey, throw perfunctory.
And we all know how to spell it. It's
Yes.
P-U... Perfunctory.
That's right. And, they gave us one really good Christmas in July movie, Crashing Through the Snow. And since then, most of these movies have been Take Me Back for Christmas was definitely quality higher. But most of these movies have been, they've been movies that Hallmark has acquired. Like Hallmark didn't make the 12-sided snowflake movie. They acquired
Royal Christmas Crush.
They acquire these movies, and it's like, we know that acquiring these movies equals big ratings in July, and it doesn't cost us any money. And so it's just kind of like, we know what can happen here. This was kind of bottom of the barrel. Yeah, it was really, really bad. I did not have a good time, and I watched it all in one part. Maybe that was my problem. I should have split it up.
Two-parter.
And this is all serious, not because he's in the back of the room. Falling Like Snowflakes, a far better movie than Operation Nutcracker. Yeah.
It's time for all the feels. It's where we talk about when this movie goes those feels. Alonso.
So again, my feels were my recently operated upon husband is sleeping in the recliner in the living room because he has to stay on his back and keep his legs separated because he has a new hip. And so usually I would watch these movies after he has gone to bed in the other room, but he had to be there while I was watching it. And Dave knows just enough about art to be like, okay, first of all, everyone's just touching that Nutcracker without gloves on.
Yes.
Yep.
They would
Say
have
what
a
is it?
bonded guy shipping it. He wouldn't just cram it in his overnight case. And just like rattled off every single thing that was wrong with the Nutcracker, up to and including the fact that that Nutcracker was a piece of garbage that did not have any value whatsoever on the open market or in a private auction. So that was my feels, was listening to somebody who already doesn't like Hallmark movies dig deep into everything they were getting wrong about artifacts and auctions.
That's a great feeling.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Brian.
Yeah, this may be my perfunctory naivete.
Nice, bro.
But is it contrapuntal?
It was a pay it forward situation. Brand gave me perfunctory. I gave Brian naivete. That's right.
Yes. And so I wasn't aware of the story of how the Nutcracker originated, or Tchaikovsky, the patroness who funded him, and
Yeah, I'm still not. Was that in the movie?
it was a real brief conversation.
Is it true though?
Yes, I looked that up,
Oh, okay.
and it's really a touching thing. It's really important. It's just
Badger,
so-
badger, mushroom.
So a very important thing, and as much as Dan bashes the arts, I think it goes to show how important they are.
He does hate ballet.
So
I
was
love the arts.
Really
I want to
touched
be
by
very
it.
clear.
Ryan?
Mine just happened. Not only did Alonso hate Operation Nutcracker, he hated the Nutcracker in Operation Nutcracker. That Nutcracker was stupid.
Yeah, that was
It
a good
looked
moment.
like they got it at Ross Dress for Less. Like there was not even an effort to make it look old, let alone valuable.
Yeah.
Alonso and Dan hate art.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is a classic Hallmark thing of like, oh yes, my grandmother's heirloom ornament. It's like you just bought that at Marshall's.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend.
You can already go ahead and subscribe to Alonso and my new podcast, We Hate Art. It's called We Hate Art. And we
It's gonna
just
be
talk
really
about
good.
which we hate art.
It's gonna be really good. Patrick, any feels for you?
Well, you know, my normal feels are like, little sexy feels for the hunks in the movie.
Sure.
So that goes unsaid. You know, that's just standard
Yeah.
at this point.
Right.
So I had some feelings about our character. What was her name? Lottie Ashley Newberg's hair choices. So
Try it one more time. What's her name?
So Ashley
Newberg.
Newborg. Ashley Newberg.
The K is silent.
Okay, great.
Star Trek The Next Generation.
Well, okay, my girl Ashley
Newborn.
put a lot of time into her hair for this movie.
Yeah.
She took all the Christmas decorations she could find and she put them in her hair. She had a ribbon headband. She had a little bow tied in the back. She had all over the place. And you guys, I was like, okay, this hair, I don't know. And then in the news, there was a news article, and I only get news updates about Britney Spears. Britney Spears is outraged because a British celebrity who's not really coming to my mind, maybe like Elizabeth Hurley or something like that.
Ashley Newborg?
No,
The K is silent there.
There was a celebrity that Britney was defending on Instagram who was wearing bows in her hair, and everyone was saying, "Oh, you're such a little girl. Why are you're a grown ass woman? Like wear what do women wear in their hair?
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever that is." And Britney's like, "Leave her alone. She can wear whatever she wants in her hair." So now I've come around and I say, Ashley Newborg. I say, Ashley Newborg, I was gonna say that was like very juvenile, but you know what? If you're a grown ass woman, you can wear a little bow in your hair if you want to, okay?
Well said.
Hey, Marcus, where's that video going?
Thought it might be.
Agency.
Jax.
Okay, so I'm gonna be uncomfortably earnest. I think because I
Are you gonna cry again?
No, I won't. No, you hold me. I think also because I knew I was coming to Bramble Fest, and my dad was here last year, and it really meant a lot to me that he got to see such an important part of my life. That when Lottie's dad, I'm not gonna cry. When Lottie's dad showed up to see her at the party, it really did hit me, and I thought it was really beautiful, and it got me right in the feels.
He was there for one reason.
You want me to go?
We know.
No, I'll go. So, does anybody else throughout Christmas leave their lights on, even if it's sunny outside, even in the daytime? Anybody else?
Oh my God.
Raise of hand, how many of you leave your Christmas lights on during the day?
A smattering of hands. A smattering.
That's fine.
15.
Great. They left him on in the middle of the day in this movie. That made Dan mad. That made me happy. And so it gave me all the feels.
It's just like sunlight is just beaming through this window. It's wild.
Yes, the feeling of Christmas.
I
Yes.
understand. I get
Yes.
it. Yeah. Feeling.
And we have limitless resources.
Yeah.
And I've only lost one house in a fire. It's
burn,
fine.
Let's plant it. Let's just burn this mother to the ground.
Yeah.
Let's just get it.
I love how my hot take was, man, it's hot outside. All the feels was like, I love contributing to it.
That's right. Yeah. I hate to do this. I hate it because I did hate this movie. Higbones, you good? Okay, great.
Mr. Thompson.
They do this thing where they're like a 7-second hug, releases endorphins and stuff, and I was like, dear God. And then they did the 7-second hug, and I kind of liked it. And
Dan like the hug.
Dan like the hug.
I earned that. And so, but I didn't say that, obviously. I was like, oh, this hug. And then it happened, and I just was quiet, and Bran goes, how'd that work for you? And I went, better than expected. And I do think it was the performances. Like, if you go and look at the scene, that shouldn't work. On the page, that seems like a terrible idea, but it actually was pretty well done.
And then he looked at me and he said, what about you? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of worked for me too.
And that was a sweet moment
It
too.
was a sweet moment for us.
And then we hugged.
We even held hands briefly.
Yes,
We did.
it was very nice.
It's not a bit. We did.
Let's take a quick break and we'll come back with the way, what, and the what, the Hallmark here on
Deck the Hallmark.
How is that?
That won't mess with the levels at all.
I didn't even have a...
Welcome back, everybody. It's great to be here. We're talking about Operation Nutcracker. And it's time for the Wait What Is, where we talk about what in this movie made us go, wait, what's Alonso?
I have concocted this elaborate scenario in my mind in which,
Guys, with your words, good
Country
lord.
in which Christopher Russell, had a liaison with the wife of an executive, and he's now being forced to do the worst Christmas movies, and to be humiliated in them. So we had the colorblind one.
Oh, that one's worse than this one, yeah.
We had the personal shopper one.
Yep.
And now we have that beard.
Oh, boy.
He's a handsome man, and they have glued onto his handsome face the worst beard I have seen in a Hallmark movie since my friend Kevin Chamberlain played Santa Claus in the Mariah Carey directed movie.
Yeah.
And I was just like, are we really doing this? And then I thought, who did you cross?
Yeah.
Who is mad at Christopher Russell and is pranking him with these movies?
We couldn't stop talking about the beard, and Brian had already seen the movie, and he came in to watch a little bit of it with Brandon and me, and we kept talking about it, and 20 minutes in, Brian goes, The beard looked normal to me the first time I watched it. But now that I'm looking at it again, it's so clearly fake. I'm like, how'd you miss this the first time we watched it?
there's a made in China tag sticking out on one side.
You know how you know it's because it's crazy, but even in line.
Yeah, it's all the things that are wrong.
Yeah.
So there's that. I have never seen a worse manhunt in my life. Like, Mr. Policeman, I gave you all the clues. You've got this guy's suitcase, you've got his itinerary, you've got his child's Christmas present, and somehow they can't piece together any of this. And it's just like, did you need to have a copy of his driver's license? Like, granted, it's a challenge and you got to piece things together, but the whole movie just presents him as like, and so that got on my nerves. The aforementioned terrible Nutcracker.
Dude,
It's so bad.
Oh, come on. No. That's like...
We could do it 2 in moves.
It won the...
Ryan's over here like, I don't have any left.
It won the 5th grade art contest, that Nutcracker. I mean, there's a bunch, and I'm sure we're going to cover a bunch here, but just, generally speaking, the movie was really trying to make the rich family also seem nice and philanthropic, but come on, they're rich, they're awful. We know this.
Eat the rich.
We don't know where their money came from, but it ain't good. It's never good. And now they're trying to buy their way out of it with all this charity. Anyway, I'll leave the rest for y'all.
Brian?
Yeah, they say the Warbies are the most philanthropic family in Boston. Like, there's certain...
I thought it was the Heralds.
That's the problem.
That's Danvers.
That's Danvers.
Marvin Danvers, kid. North Shore. They're surgeons. They're a family of surgeons, which make a great living. They look like they live in a great neighborhood. But Boston, home of the Klarman Family Foundation, $46 million donations.
He did his research, gang.
The Yawkey Way Foundation, $20 million in donations. The Harold Whitmore, $16 million. Harold.
Hark, the Harold Whitmore.
This family's donating more than $46 million a year to charities. Like, get out of here.
If it helps them in their tax shelters, probably.
If they're smart, I mean, obviously. So we could pump the brakes a little on the most philanthropic in Boston. They arrive in Boston.
This is a work of fiction, right?
Yeah.
No, I have the list, and they're not on it.
Liars!
They don't have to provide receipts. They can just say it, and then they establish that, and it's like it's true.
In
you
this
understand
cinematic
that, right?
universe.
Yeah.
Pick a small town or a smaller city. Like, this is home of some heavy hitters.
It's Boston.
They arrive at Boston Logan Airport. That's not Logan Airport. I mean, I hate to break it to you guys. When you arrive at Logan, okay?
Are there not Christmas trees all through the baggage claim?
No, there might be. You arrive, you walk out to the arrivals area, and they get right into a taxi. You don't get right into a taxi.
No.
Only a doofus would think that you can walk out onto the arrivals platform and get in a taxi. Only a doofus. You know how I know this? I'm a doofus because I tried to get into an Uber that I tried to order, and they said, "Oh no, you dumb moron! You have to go to the second level of the arrivals terminal. You can walk 100,000 yards across a bridge into the parking garage, and there you get in your taxi." It's just not how it's done in Logan.
You stop at Dunkin'.
Let's talk about Logan.
Dipped in ashtray.
Logan.
Walking to the Uber, how many Dunkins do you pass? Is it?
There's a Dunkin' in the Uber.
There's only one on your left and one on your right.
On your way to Southie.
And then Dave had his fireplace on and fire on his TV. What's up with that?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Double up. Yeah.
I've done that.
No serenade, no fire
Trying
brigade,
any
just
way he can to
pyromania.
manufacture some Christmas spirit down there.
It's
whatever
great.
it
It's
takes.
great.
Yeah.
Ryan?
So early on in this movie, they say that the Whitmore family is the most charitable in Boston. I've crunched some numbers.
Dude, the Crenshaw family, it's like they don't even know they exist. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm just a public school kid. I watched this movie in one part. I paid very close attention. If I'm wrong, just please tell me I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure in the last I'm pretty sure in the last 3 minutes of this film, Lottie's dad and Tristan's mom, with no build-up throughout the rest of the film, have a meet cute with 3 minutes left. And then 1 minute after that, Santa just shows up, does a quick run-in with, is that right? Did I get that right?
Magical Santa at the end of this movie.
Backloaded.
Yeah.
Jack's like this movie, everybody.
Yeah. Jax is going to be on the front of the DVD box. It's not offensive.
Thus concludes my Wait What.
Wow. There you go.
Thank you.
Good one.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, thank you.
So mine is delivered to the props department. Props, if you're out there, I'm not giving you props. So we're in an airport, right? And I've been traveling to come to this lovely festival that we are attending. And so I was hyper aware of the travel bags that everyone had. And there was one woman, she had a yellow suitcase from the 1960s that was in a square, and it's like a briefcase kind of suitcase where you lift it up. You know what I'm talking about.
Is this in the movie or in your life?
This is in the movie. This is in the
Okay.
movie. And I was like, oh, that suitcase is so out of time. Is this a time travel movie?
It's out of time.
Like, yeah.
We are out of time, everybody. Have a cool
Yeah, well, good night. So that kind of like got me thinking as I'm traveling, do people carry luggage? Like, we don't all have rolly bags? And yeah, people like are in the airports carrying bags, like not rolling them.
I carry a bag. I travel with a bag.
Like, yeah. and I like was literally counting, like, as I was traveling here, like all the people. Wait, what?
Patrick Serrano, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got that props department.
Jax?
Yeah, take that, props.
So my Wait What is a little bit piggybacking off of Ryan's, and that this meet cute at the end with Lottie and Chris Russell's mom and dad, and she like gives this look like, it's happening, and I was like, my Wait What was that I completely spiraled after this. So I was like, oh my gosh, that means that if it works out, they're gonna be stepbrother, stepsister, right? And then I was like, right, okay, Cece
I
did
am
that
my
too.
own
This
grandpa.
is, yeah, right, exactly. And then I was like, okay, ew, but then I was like, Jax, don't kink shame. And then, and then I thought about when my mom brought this really hot guy right after my parents got divorced to a football game, and a bunch of people were like, oh my gosh, Jax, like, I didn't know you had an older brother. Is that your stepbrother? And I was like, that's my mom's date. And I was like, I have lost the plot. Wait, what is happening? And it took me on a journey.
Yeah, I can see that. I have a couple really quickly. One, Lottie is talking to Chris Russell, and they're opening up, and she says, after my mom died, my dad buried himself in work. And I don't think the pause was that long. But in my mind, it was for that long, because I had enough time to say this afterwards. After my mom died, my dad buried himself next to her. I had enough time to say that, and so it felt like a long time, and that made me laugh.
I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
After my mom died, my dad buried her in the cellar.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Lifetime, sorry.
Wow, that's dark.
You messed with the wrong seller. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Let's make it happen.
Last but not least, here's the thing that happens in this movie. There's a montage of them going around and asking questions, trying to find out some information. The problem is they're only asking extras who have to go like this. And that's a tough montage. It's like, have you seen this guy?
Or they like put the camera behind them, and so they're like acting like they're talking, but they're not talking. Yeah.
So dynamite acting by the extra stuff. That's tough though when you can't talk. It's just a lot of people going like this.
Yeah, they know if they give them one word, it's $1,000 more that they have to pay, and it is wild.
Wow.
Well, because like SAG minimum is like $1,205, and they could pay an extra like $180 or $200.
But a background actor is only like $112 per day. But my question, this is an actual question, maybe this is what the Hallmark, but if they make a sound during filming and then they just cut it out in the edit, do they have to pay them the $1,000?
Oh, I think if it's not scripted.
If it's just like, in there, you want to make it more realistic, and it's.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think they have to pay them that. No, because then they wouldn't have had the. Yeah. Because you imagine like just people just. I would just be giving myself lines.
Yeah.
You
Watch
know
your
I would.
step. Watch your step.
Watch your step.
You need this. Good job. Great weather.
I would.
Yeah.
Jax walks into a boardroom with a sizzle reel of all the words she says in movies. Exhibit A. Dan?
Every now and then a movie has some dynamite lines that make me just know that there was no editing that was going on because they were up against it.
Up against it.
Someone does get to say this, humdinger. Nutcrackers are all the rage this year. Which is my absolute favorite. There's a new trend, Christmas trend sweeping the nation.
Have you heard about it?
Nutcrackers. For years and years they've been undersold, but this year, 2024,
Hot.
year of the Nutcracker is what it was. This dad has what I can only describe as the nicest dad handwriting of all time. He leaves his daughter a note that is just, I've gone to work, which every dad ever would just be like, I've gone to work, dad. This guy is like, dearest daughter, it's been a fortnight since it's a full note in like calligraphy with a quill pen, just because he's taken a shift at the diner, and I didn't understand that at all.
I hear conditions will be tough.
That's right.
Pray for me.
I fear we will run out of eggs before the brunch show.
Should you have a gentleman caller?
Yes.
I don't care. You're a gentleman caller?
I'm gentleman
We
caller.
have gentleman caller on the line.
Yes, how are you?
I'm doing great. Do you need anything, sir?
You rang.
I did. I rang. Yeah.
Perfunctory.
Yeah. It's good.
Can't say that.
Are you a caller in the sense that you're coming to take someone out, or just that you're calling on the phone?
My time is up.
It was also like, I think originally a crank call bit.
Yes.
It's not important.
But gentlemen.
Anyway, so I don't care who the real donors are in Boston because this is a fictional movie, but this movie can't even determine what would be a big number to say. So they literally say, we've received an anonymous donation so big, can't tell you the number, that we've exceeded our fundraising goal of redacted. Like, they can't say it. They literally are like, we received a donation so big that we don't need any more money. What does that even mean? Like, what are you, that is the most generic, those are placeholders. Like, you have to give me actual numbers. Did you?
It was upsetting because I was like, what do they think's a big number, and what do they think we think's a big number, and
That's
then
right.
like where is a big number in New York? Yeah, the whole thing. I was so
Harold would
upset.
have been on set. They'd have
Yes,
been
you-
like, well, the Carmichael family gave 47 mil. So
It's
let's just
over
say-
46 million, I'll tell you that.
47.5, I think, is what it's going to be. Yeah.
Hey, Dan, what year is it in Hope Valley?
Right now, 1920 or 1921.
Oh, we have a real number? Okay, I thought that was also a vague, like...
Sheila knows.
Sheila?
What year is it? 1921.
Oh, she's proud of you. The way she said that, I could tell she was proud of you.
That's because us Team Nathan folks, we stick together.
I remember the early years we were like, in 19...
Yeah, that's right. The Logan Airport has one lost and found baggage employee, and it's Rhonda. This isn't a wait what, it just seems accurate. It just seems like Logan is getting flights from all over the world, and they're like, let Rhonda handle it. That's it. They're gonna pass out flyers to try to look for the Nutcracker because of course they are, and they're standing on the sidewalk, and some sort of demon spirit wind out of just an absolute tornado comes through, completely still behind them, and just terrorizes them as the papers go everywhere.
It's an EF5.
And then, it's an EF5. And then they pick up the papers. Ashley Newber's hair not moving. Nothing's moving. And it's like, what sort of spirit just came through here to mess everything up? That's all I got.
It's time for what the Hallmark story. Wonder what could have been. Maybe have it gives some clarity to any questions that we still have.
Nicely
Alonso,
done. Best you've
thank
ever
you.
done it live.
Thank you.
Yeah, really good.
Thank you. The key is to have one drink before recording, and you're good to go. That's the
that
key.
down. One drink.
Dan, I'm sorry. I got ahead of
One
myself.
drink is all you need.
I got ahead of myself.
Drinks catching up to you.
I was so confident.
Yeah.
Alonso, The better Dan.
Also known as.
That's very kind of you. My other conspiracy theory, apart from someone has it out for Christopher Russell, is I believe that this movie was funded by Big Luggage Tag.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if these people would just have tags on their luggage with the address on it, there's no movie. There is a movie called What's Up Doc that does the same thing a million times
What's
better.
Up, Doc?
Go see that. But in the meantime, y'all, rich people, party planners, harried dads, tag your luggage.
Yeah.
Brian?
Yeah. Promo code DEC. Yeah, go ahead.
It fell off in the airport.
Tag them better.
There it is.
Big Tag 'em Better is the sponsor.
Brian?
My perfunctory inquiry
Nice.
here, thank
Yeah.
you. What did this family, how'd they get their money? What are they covering up here?
According to you, they didn't.
Like they-
According to you, they're
They
liars.
stole it?
Doctors are rich, but they're not rich.
Yeah, so what's going on here? What,
They hit Doge at under a penny.
that could be
And
they really invented some painkiller they're trying to make up for. I'd like to know, is that the case?
I'm thinking Boston family, big ships south of the equator. You know what I'm talking about.
Ryan?
Say no more.
Did anyone else keep thinking that Tristan's sister looked like Julianne Hough, and then they named her Jules? Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Excellent. That's at Bodie is Ryan on social.
Yes, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ryan.
That's freaking crazy, bro.
Bro, the Huffster? What? I don't know who that is.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Patrick?
Yes. So I liked Rhonda, the lady that worked at the airport,
Yeah.
and I liked how small her office was. I loved that there was just luggage behind her, and someone kept coming in and just throwing luggage on her, just like repeatedly just like throwing crap at her. She's like, where are these coming from? So I'd love to see her extended movie of just people throwing luggage at her the whole time.
That's right. Jax?
So that was actually mine, but I will
my
say,
God,
yeah,
so-
absolutely,
yeah, of course
I was
it is,
like,
of course it is.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
I was
we share a
delighted by
brain.
her. I think, to just, yes and that,
Yeah.
a buddy comedy, kind of like Santa Summit, where it's me, you, and Rhonda.
Yeah.
And I
We're
would
the
watch
ones
that. Guys, you're
throwing
supposed
the
to wildly applaud.
Would watch.
We're the ones, and yeah, I would watch that movie.
Oh, and I'm TSA. And,
Ooh,
and-
yeah.
I'm like, oh, Merry Christmas, Jingle Bells.
I mean, the obvious one is that Santa at the end. I just,
Yeah.
It was so shocking and so out of nowhere. And I've thought about it many times since. What the heck was that?
That's mine too.
Okay, great.
We were both baffled at the last minute Santa
Classic
magic
last minute Santa.
reveal for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
I love that.
Yeah.
We did it, everybody.
We did not do it,
Congratulations.
actually, Bran.
Oh,
Hold
we
on.
didn't do it.
We didn't quite do it yet, Bran. I know that this is not technically a Tuesday episode, but I was talking with Brian and some folks, and I felt like we needed another double decker of the week. And then I was talking, and I realized you are technically double decker. You've never been double decker of the week, if you can believe that. Did you guys know that? That's
I
crazy.
did not know that.
And I'd love for you to hold your applause, because you're going to want to clap to the end of this. But we got a special somebody to do a little bit of research for us and offer Bran some words of encouragement. If you could turn your attention to the screen, Bran.
What?
Double decker of the week. Hello, Brandon. It's Bill Daniels from Boy Meets World. Yeah. I hear from your best friend Dan that you've lost your Christmas spirit. Well, Christmas is a long time from now, but I think it's very important today and every day to be grateful for the good things we have and the people we love. Dan is certainly thankful for your friendship. So I hope his support helps you find the things in life worth celebrating. Remember the words of George Feeney. Believe in yourself, dream, try, do good. Good luck and best wishes.
Oh my God.
Man.
Double decker of the week.
7-second hug.
about that? George Feeney knows my name. Oh my gosh. Incredible. Incredible. I guess we should end the show now. May we be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
The Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.